Good morning, everybody. Good morning, dear students. Today I will talk about diagnosis of plant parasitic nematodes in laboratory condition. At first, my name is Sahil Kuliev. Also, you should get some information from me. Here is my WhatsApp number. If you want to contact with me, if you want to get more information, please write me or send me your questions. So here, as you can see, some pictures about nematodes, but today I will not talk about the structure of, or morphology of nematodes. Of course, I will talk about diagnosis. That's why I will try to begin from this part of presentation. Here, as you can see, Bellman funnel, this is so easy method of diagnosis of plant parasitic nematodes, and you should do this so easily in everywhere. And I am going to briefly explain you all this structure. After that, I will show you all the stage, step by step. That's why I bring to here all our equipments. So, what's a Bellman funnel? As you can see in here, glass or rubber and all this funnel. So, then we have to put napkin, the inside of funnel. This is we call also this glass, and before the napkin we have to use from sieves, which is this help to keep the napkin upper side of the funnel. After that we will add to inside of this napkin our soils. So then we'll add to the water, step onto the screen on soil sample, impress it, and waiting overnight. How long time we can wait? More than 12 hours. More than 12 hours. Then we can see nematodes the inside of water. Like this. As I said you, at first we have to put our samples inside of funnel. Then after 12 hours, you can see there are all of them as nematodes. They will come from up to down. You can see in here. So after that, what we can do? We have to change. We have to take our sieves, and we can take. You can see in here the modified Bellman funnel method and the sieve method. After that, we can take our dish, which is I said to you. We have to open this and take all this water with our with nematodes, and we can observe all these dishes with water. We have to put under the microscope. Then we can check for nematodes. And after that, we can see a lot of nematodes, and we have to know which one is pathogen for plants and which one is non-pathogen. Actually, the most of people and most of laboratory workers mix all of them, and they see a lot of nematodes, and they decide to, and they want to tell us, okay, we find nematodes, it is all of them is dangerous for our plants, but it's not true. We have to take care. We have to take care about some points, which is I am going to show you right now in this place. So, and we can see in here bacterial feeding nematode mouse. Here is the mouse, and the mouse is different than other nematodes mouse. And here is also predator nematodes, and the last one is, which is that this kind of nematodes important and they are interesting for us. We call that plant parasite nematodes. But what's the difference between them? Their mouse is totally different, and if we want to see, if we can see any style inside of mouse, the pathogens or nematodes mouse, then we can decide it, this kind of nematodes, pathogen nematode or plant parasitic nematodes. Then and where we can take the samples, soil samples. Actually, the nematodes live around of the roots. It is if you want to take these samples from soil, actually from crop plants, you have to take these soils from 15 centimeter or sometimes 30 centimeter. You can see all these nematodes live in these depths, actually around the roots. So, and then in my last presentation, I am giving to one question. After, you just please follow to my question and send me your answers during that time, and I will show you all this procedure step by step with my equipments, which is I bring to here all my equipments. So, at first, I would like to begin from our gloves, and I want to show you all our equipments. I hope it will be so easy for you, but unfortunately, we are not in our lab. And here is water, some napkins. I bring here also soil, which I took this soil from our garden. And here's our equipments, as I showed you, rubber, glass, and sieves. Don't forget, rubber, glass, and sieve. So, if you want to close this part of rubber, just use from, actually I use from aluminum wheel. It is so easy to close them. Let's begin. First, I have to take water and close this part of rubber. Then put your water inside of glass or inside of funnel. In this point, you must be careful. Why? Because try to make without bubble. Already I added here the water, and actually you have to use from gloves. So the next steps, napkin. Take napkin and put the inside of sieve, like this. But in this point, you have to take care a little bit about your napkin. Why? Don't push the napkin and don't make any, and don't destroy your napkin. If you want to add some water, just take this water under the sieve, between sieve and glass. Just put this part of and again, I am trying to make this step by step. Okay, it's already ready. So, the next step is we have to take our soil, take soil, and try to make them more small parts. Try to push them and make more small parts. Like that. After that, It is so easy. But in here, I would like to say you one main point. Sometimes the soil take water, and you can see distance between soil and water. That's why you should take water and add here again. You have to make connection between water and soil. It's important. Without this, the nematodes can go to the downside. Okay. You can add enough soil. There is no any rule how much soil, not size of soil. Just add is enough soil. After that, you have to wait. As I said to you, more than 12 hours. You can do this in your laboratory, in your research center. After that, you have to wait 12 hours. But what will happen after the 12 hours? After 12 hours, the whole nematode will come to downside of water. They will come to downside of water. So then we have to come to our laboratory and take the one glass. Also, we call this the Petri, and you can use any dish. It's not problem, but it must be clean. You have to be sure your glasses or your dish is clean or not. Please take note and open the rubber. Add all this water inside of dish. And also you can take part of part. Not all this water. You have to take part of part. It's not problem. And it will be more easy for check all your waters. So, just like that, I am trying to show you. But you have to take care about this point. You can do this step by step. Okay. If the water is enough, just take this and close again. It will be so useful. After that, you can take the glass, put under the microscope, and then begin to search for nematodes. And I am sure that you will see a lot of nematodes, as I said to you before, but you have to be sure which one is pathogen nematode. Sometimes it is difficult to see the nematodes under the microscope, and if you have not any particular microscope for nematodes, you can use, actually I use from these methods. This is not usual methods, but you can use for this, and it is enough for diagnosis because we have to know which nematode is pathogen and which one is non-pathogen. That's why you have to take the Petri. It's so easy. Just put the glasses or dishes under the microscope and look with microscope and take these nematodes with pipette, add to just glass. Just take and add to on the glass. After that, take this glass and put under the microscope. Then you will see all these nematodes. First, we have to search for style. We have to search for style. Just look at this. This is nematode and the head of nematode, and here is style. If you can't see any style mass of nematode, that means there are not pathogen nematode. You have to take care about this point. Again, I am telling you, if you can't see any style mass of nematode, that means there are not pathogen nematodes. It's a main point. And of course, as I said you, dear students, I will provide you with handouts. It is so easy. And unfortunately, I have not electron form. I have copy form. but I will send you all of this, and after this class, after this quarantine regime, I will provide you with all this information. So, as I said to you, I gave you one question about the nematodes and nematode damage. So, after that, if we find any pathogen nematodes inside of soil, but what we have to do? We have to take this soil and put to somewhere. We have to protect our other plants, and that's why we have to take our soils and put to some place, keep a long time for waiting for dying of nematodes. After that, you can use from the soil in somewhere. But before this, please just take care. Don't take this soil and don't throw out to somewhere. So, and then I will try to explain these parts again to here, because if your plants somewhere here, you have not need to take soil far from plants. You have to take care about this point, the taking of sampling. The most of nematodes live near the root site. Actually, they come and enter to inside of roots. But what about the roots? If we didn't find any pathogen in soil, but what we can do? And we have to do more research, we have to do more practice, and we have to take another sample from the roots. How we can take this? At first, we have to take our plants, then take their roots. We have to wash all these roots under the water. After that, we can cut all these roots and cut the small pieces and put all these roots inside of funnel. Like and same with soil. So then we have to wait more than 12 hours. It should be also more than 15 or 20 hours. Then the same processes will be continued. All these nematodes, step by step, will come to water. Then we have to take this water and put the dishes for observing under the microscope. Already I said to you all this process, but we have to take care about the soils and plants roots. Why? Because actually sometimes we can see the all damage on the roots. It is so easy, but we can't find any alive nematodes. Also, sometimes we see if you cut the all parts of roots, sometimes under the microscope we can see any nematodes eggs. You have to also take care about this point. If you can see any this kind of eggs at insides of course, nematodes, it means your plants already infected. That means you have any problem in your plants, in your fields. At first, you have to take care about the root zone. After that, the soils. But sometimes people show me a lot of damage on plants, but they mix. Sometimes they mix all these symptoms. But you have to take care. Without analysis, never we can directly diagnose. Okay, we can tell something and some idea, and we can tell our suggestion. But at first, you have to search all this information, all these plants, all these samples under the microscope or in laboratory condition, which is I showed you and I explained to you. Right now, I am coming to the last part of my presentation, last slide and last page. I ask you this question and I am waiting your answer. And you can see which one is the nematode damage. You can see some damage on plants. And I am sure that the most of people tell the D, but it is also true, but I would like to tell you all of his nematode damage. That's why you have to take care about this point. The nematode damage should be on roots or plants, leaves, stems, or in everywhere. So, and here's the last presentation. You can see the damage. It should be yellowing on surface of leaves and also reduce the yield. You can see in here the roots. And also they are directly attacked to roots and also increasing the susceptibility. You can look at this part of picture. So, at the end of the presentation, what we learned today, we learned how we can diagnose of pathogens, how we can diagnose of nematodes in the laboratory condition. Actually, we have to do this in a field, also in a laboratory condition, but unfortunately, again, I am telling you, right now we have not this condition, and you can make this kind of tools in your laboratory. It is not big problem. First, you have to search for these equipments and take your soils. And how we can take samples from our field, it's also main point. If you have (100 meter to 100 meter), you can take from different place, like this. You can take from here, here, and other place. You should check one by one your samples. At the same time, you can take all soil samples and mix together. After that, you can take these soils, put inside of funnel, but not only one funnel. You can do many and search for nematodes. Without styles, you can be sure there are pathogen nematodes for our plants. So, it is a little bit short presentation and short explanation. Actually, I said to you all this process. If you have any question, please send me, please ask me. And as I said to you, my phone number, also I showed you, you already know my name, and I work at the Department of Crop Science, Plant Protection, and you have to contact with me, and I can provide you with any information. Thank you very much, dear students. Thank you very much all.